Hello everybody, it's Ferhaspy here. Today I'll give you travel basics and tips for your Singapore trip. I have 7 tips for you guys. Tips number 1. The immigration. Immigration in Singapore is very strict. And there are 3 options to reach this country: flight, bus and train. I'm currently living in Kuala Lumpur, that's why I use bus and train option. But maybe you are from overseas countries and you need to use the Changi airport, which is the international airport of Singapore. This is the best and easiest option of reaching this country because the Changi airport linked by MRT station. MRT is the metro station, so it is very easy to get in the city center and your hotel. But the problem can be that the MRT starts 6 a.m. to midnight. That's why you need to arrange your bookings according to this timetable. Otherwise, you will choose the taxi and other options to reach your hotel. In this video, this is the most important part, so you need to pay attention to this part. There are 2 bridges connects to Singapore and Malaysia, and the bus companies use these bridges, and the 2 bridges has the immigration office in Singapore part and in Malaysia part also. Getting out of Malaysia is easy because you don't want to get inside this country. That's why they don't think about too much. They just let you go. But getting inside Singapore is very hard because the first time, especially the first time, they ask everything. So it's, let's say Singapore is well organized and a very strict country for immigrations. And in this part, the important part is that bus companies wait you just 20 minutes in the immigration office. That's why you need to be very fast. But don't worry lah, because there is a bus from immigration center to the Jurong East MRT station and it's just 6 ringgit, which means $2, and they accept the ringgit, by the way. But don't forget, this bus is also work 6 a.m. to midnight, so you need to book your ticket according to this timetable. The other tips for transportation. Actually, transportation in Singapore is very easy because they have public bus and MRTs. MRTs are very efficient, easy and clean option of the transportation. I personally use Mr. T because it goes almost anywhere and easy and relatively cheap the other options. But you need to buy EasyLink card from 7-Eleven market. It costs $10. Just top up your EasyLink card and use it your per ride. But also you can take tickets for per ride, but it's not cheap option. And the important point is that you need to tap your card when you're going on and going off. This is very important, but actually in MRT stations you cannot forget to tap your card because otherwise you cannot get in or get out. But in buses you can forget to tap your card when you're going off. So if you forget, what will happen? You will charge the full fare change. So what else? MRT stations and the buses are works from 6 a.m. to midnight. That's why we need another options. Grab, Uber, and the taxi options are for the midnight to 6 a.m. Grab and Uber is an application for transportation in Singapore, and you need to download your phone and you need to book your ride online. The weather. Weather is depends on the location of the country, and Singapore is located near the equator. That's why it's pretty hot all the year, and around the weather it doesn't change all that much. It's just 22 to 35 degrees. So that means the Singapore hosts the travelers for all year, so you don't need to choose a particular time for your Singapore trip. And I have a suggestion for you guys, 4 tips for weather. You need to wear appropriately in Singapore, but what is the meaning of wearing appropriately is rain will be your friend. That's why you need to choose clothes that dry very quickly. Your clothes become wet because of the rain and because of the sweating. Sweating is a very important factor in Singapore because if you sweat once, it never dries. So it stinks all your trips and all your Singapore life. So you need to back up more t-shirts. This is your first suggestion to Singapore trip. And the second is, if available, use disposable underwear. This is also a very effective method. And the third one, take sunscreen and umbrella. Don't forget, umbrella protects you from sun and also the rain. So if you don't want to darken your skin, you need to take umbrella. And the fourth one, carry towel. This is for wipe off your sweat. I don't have towel, but I have this one because I like this kind of things. I don't want to carry the towel, but this is very useful. It is $2. I bought it from Little India in Singapore. You can remember my Vietnam trip. I have the orange version of it also. So this is the weather trips. Food. Singapore is a food destination. That's why you need to try all kinds of foods in Singapore. And the most important places is hawker center, and also you can find the food from food court of the shopping centers. But I personally recommend hawker center. The language. Language of the visiting country is very important for your communication, for everything. So in Singapore, official languages are Chinese, Indian, and Malay, and also English. But official language is English. But the surprising thing, they call that Singlish, not English. So actually it's English, but they add lots of Chinese words inside the sentence, at the end of the sentences. So when they start to speak, you can understand their language because it's English, it's basically English, but some words are from Chinese. For instance, la. La is the common word that they use at the end of their sentences. What is this la? Come on la, let's see how la. I'm very hungry la. Like that. It's very effective words. And the person in front of you understands your feeling. When you elongate the la, the effect of the word is increased. And the person who are listening to you is affect more when you elongate the la, like that. And for money. Money, Singapore use Singaporean dollar. This is $2 as a sample, I take it. And there are lots of coins here. This is 50 cents. They use cent like this. My suggestion for you guys, use always cash. Because if you use credit card on taxi, they will surcharge you 10%. And I don't know the other places because I didn't try it after trying the taxi. So for my suggestion, using cash is better than using credit card and the other options. And for the second suggestion is that do not use the airport exchanges because it takes your money from very low currency and they give you very low Singaporean dollar. So you can find the places in Chinatown and other places. For my suggestion, you can use ATMs for that. And just info, Brunei dollars and Singapore dollars use each country. This is very interesting thing because sometimes they can give you as a balance to Brunei dollar. Safe and laws. Singapore is a country of rules and laws, and you have to follow them. Chewing gum, don't even bring it to the country with you, and carrying durian on the subway are illegal in Singapore. This is 7 tips for your Singapore trip, and hope you guys find it helpful. And if you have further questions, just write below, and see you guys on my next video.